So it's 14 degrees outside, and I've just brought Rachel in, and we're going to do some cooking tonight because I was going to do it this afternoon and never got round to my fire already.
Love a fire. Especially when it's so cold. I
know.
Fire.
So I've got my Hellfire grill in there, and I've got some tandoori chicken ready marinated, and I've got some dough, and I'm going to go and get a couple of steaks out the freezer and put them in some hot water in the sink to thaw. So I'm just going to go and put all my junk away and get set up and bring some stuff through, and we'll have some fun. You're obsessed already. All right, okay. She's Facebooking. Right, okay, so what we've got here is my Hellfire grill base, which is one of my designs. And I've got a piece for the middle. Right, let's put it together. Don't need the silicone. Right, okay. So, what we have is we have a front and the back and the middle piece. And there's literally just 4 screws to put it together, so it's fairly simple, dead straightforward. So, all the holes are actually already drilled in it. So you line the holes up, and anybody that can't put that together doesn't really have 2 brain cells if you need instructions, because basically you just put the holes together and screw them in, which is what I'm going to do now. Here you go, you have the phone. You can do some work.
So here we go.
Right, okay. So,
this is DIY flat pack with Sarah Jane Nash. Now, she's just said that if you don't have 2 brain cells, so let's hope she puts it all the right way around, otherwise she's going to embarrass herself. But so far, so good. She's a bit of a whiz. And this is going to create a platform, Sarah Jane, to put a pizza stone or different sort of stone on, or a grill. So, and then that will obviously heat up, and that will become a hot surface for cooking food.
Jeez, have you never done that? You've never done this before, have you?
No.
Yeah, I got plenty of practice. You'll make a pro in no time. Do better than me. You need to start taking over.
That's fine.
Enjoying video.
That's good. So just another 2 screws to go. So really simple putting together. And as Sarah Jane said, definitely easy to do. Literally just screw the pieces together, and you've then got your cooking frame.
Base, which is ideal for doing your steaks and flatbreads and all sorts of things.
And then how long would you have to leave that in the wood burner to heat up?
Hot. Just till it's hot.
So
it depends
not long.
on what you're burning, what fuel. That's going pretty nicely now. I like it.
That's
really
lovely.
hot
Look,
for doing
really
steak on,
hot
but a good
in
amount
there.
of flame underneath, but you don't want so much for pizzas.
Fabulous amount of heat that is chucking out. It's lush.
So this is the 7-inch size base. 7.5-inch-ish overall. Basically, if you can make a 7.5-inch or 8-inch square base, it will fit any stove that it will fit into. You're going to fit this into to be able to cook in. So here is an Aspect 4, which is a small 5 kilowatt stove, and as you see, there's plenty of space in there for the top plate. So if there's plenty of space in there for that, it's going to have plenty of space for a cooking grill. So it's dead easy to mock up for size. And because this grill base is open on the left and on the right and has bottom supports, it can fit on a grate or on a stove floor. So it will fit on the left or fit on the right, and you can still feed logs of fuel underneath it. I like to cut small logs for burning, specifically for cooking, so I can feed the hot red ember underneath. Now, where you have a stove with a shallower firebox, as long as this plate fits inside and doesn't touch the glass, the base will still fit. Now, as you can see, it fits in here, but it doesn't go to the floor. So how do we fit this in then? Because that isn't going, is it? Nope, but you know what? It will. Because all we need to do is move these screws back, and I have some longer countersink screws, which we will get in a minute, but just to give you an idea, if I take these screws out, I take these screws out, and move this back a bit, when we put longer screws in through there, we now have an overhang. So to try and do this with one hand, when the screws and that base plate have been moved back to where you want, as long as it does not touch the glass, you can still fit in and get the clearance over a wood bar. Some people like to cut that bit off, which is fine when you're cooking steaks, but as long as there is enough clearance from the glass and it does not touch when in place inside the burner, it does not matter if your top piece partially overhangs. So here we go, here is the same grill, and this is an EcoBurn 5 wide. And as you see, plenty space inside of that. And I'll probably cook in this one tomorrow. Loads of room in there for cooking. No, that's the things you do. This is the sort of things we do when we have a walk in and there's nobody about. So I'll just put another soft bit in there, because what I actually want is, I want quite a lot of heat and under that, make that plate. And we're going to do flatbreads 2 different ways. I do them on cast iron, which is a totally different flavour to doing it like you do pizzas on a stone. So I've got my cordite pizza stone, but I've also got a cast iron plate, and the flavour of these is totally different. So I'm just going to go and get everything set. I've got my dough in my bowl, and it's been in there all morning. It is actually sourdough. And then, yeah, my shower cap, which covers my bowls because it's handy. And then we'll get some of that out.
It's a different sort of heat that comes off it. It is just...
I know, it's so nice. It's so horrible out there. So much for bloody summer, huh?
That forever.
I know, I just love my fire.
I love a fire. I love the flames. I don't know what it is. It's just something really comforting about.
I just love my fire. But anyway, we've got Laura coming as well. She'll be here shortly. So what I'm going to do for now is I am just going to put my cast iron plate in there and heat that up. And we're going to do some flatbreads, because I want that hot, but I want a little bit of heat underneath, but most of my heat to the side when I'm cooking on cast iron, whereas when I cook on the pizza stone, I want more flames underneath. And it's a totally different flavour when you cook on cast iron compared to when you cook on cordite. Who's had the barbecue this year? Tell me that. I've had one barbecue this year. How many have you had?
I've had one, just one.
One. Pretty rubbish, isn't it?
I think I came in and because it rained, and I think I was the one standing out in the rain, and I bunged it all in the air.
See, that's why I like cooking in the wood burner in the house, because every day is cook day. Every day that's on, all winter long, it's a built-in barbecue with a built-in extraction system. And you see, you don't smell a thing. It all goes up the chimney, and it's so clean, and there's no washing up, and it's just great. Well, there's no washing up that you make. Yeah, well, it ain't easy in your house, is it? Anyway. What I've got tonight is I have got a packet of 2 frozen steaks just out the freezer. And these are Lidl's 30-day matured. These are damn good steaks. Now, what I do when I'm trying to pick steaks is I like ribeye for cooking in the wood burner. I like plenty of marbled fat through it, because that bastes it as it cooks. I am going to do nothing to these other than defrost them. I also like them because they come vacuum packed, and I can buy them in packets of 1 or packets in 2. And I go for the thinner ones, not the more expensive ones that are thicker, because these are about... I would say these are about 15 mil thick, and that is I'm going to cook them fast, and I'm going to cook them hot. So I like them to cook quick, but still be medium rare in the middle. I don't want all the white sinewy lines in them, because that just makes them chewy. So I look purposely for the ones that don't have all the white or silvery connective tissue, because it's chewy, and I pick them out when I get them and put them in the freezer, and they're just as good defrosted. And it's 10 minutes, chuck it in the fridge, in the sink with some hot water, and then we can cook them. It's really that quick, so there's no risk. So I'm just going to put them in some hot water now, get some other stuff out.
What have I pressed? Hang on. Oh no. That's right. Yeah, no, all right.
Are we video?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a piece of dough, and I'm going to make a right mess of the covering flour. Do you know what? I don't care. I don't care how much mess I make in here. I'm not trying to be tidy. I am not trying to do anything professional. We're trying to do dinner for us in an industrial unit, completely unplanned, with like 10 minutes ad hoc notice and pull stuff out of the fridge. So this is just sourdough that I've had proven all day in a bowl, and I just stretch it out to size. When I do pizzas, I like to roll them out. Sometimes I do with flatbreads, but that is what it is. So you can see that's nice thin, probably. You can see daylight right the way through it. I don't know if you can see that on camera in some places. And it's thicker in others. Do I care? Not really. That's nice and big. And I'm going to oil the top surface, and I've got a nice spray bottle for that. And then slap it in there and put it on my frame. Now, it can be a bit like the pancakes. In other words, the first one isn't always the best. It can be a bit too hot. Don't know what the temperature is. Haven't got a clue. Don't really care. But it's been in there a wee while, but not too long, so it should be hot enough, but it might be too hot. We'll soon find out. So here's the first one. Go then. Let's just move that out of the way. So, it's nice and hot in there. It's already starting to rise in the middle. With some nice big bubbles coming up. There she goes. Could do with a bit more heat in there. I'll chuck another log in a second, but I was trying not to go too fast, given I was still prepping stuff.
Let me do that again while it's going now, yeah.
That's alright. So now you're going to flip it, and I've oiled the top surface, which is what gives us the big black bubbles. Because I want big black bubbles, because it's like naan bread. And the flavour on this is intense. And to me, that is not burnt, that is entirely flavour. It wouldn't do that if I had it on corduroy. It would be a completely different colour when I do that on corduroy. This is hot, and it gives you that really burnt, but it's not burnt, it gives you that really depth and earthy flavour. And I often do a pile of these in a roll, and then put them in a plate with there you go. Put them on a plate with a clean tea towel over the top, which keeps them warm for a good 20 minutes probably. So that's it, clean your tea towel and do some more. Well, I've got another one ready pretty much. So, because I just rolled two out, oil the top surface. I think I heard a car. It's maybe Laura. If it isn't, she won't be long anyway. But we don't want too much loose flour, because flour burns, and if it's really hot, the flour makes it kind of acrid. So flour's one thing I'm not after. Right, okay. Put another bit of wood in a minute. So this is a 3 to 10 kilowatt heat output stove. And we're just burning it on low at the minute. It's probably burning about 3 kilowatt. It's not burning particularly high, but when I'm cooking with cast iron, that is about the right sort of amount of fuel, maybe a little bit more on there. We'll stick another one in, but it's starting to gain some heat on the top. We want to keep our ember burning so we can move ember underneath as it burns. There, that's starting to puff up quite nice. So, and give it a flip. There we go. And that black bit on the glass is just because I had a bit of wood touching it. Everything gets all floury when I'm doing this. It wipes off, it's no big deal. I'm not making marks on the top surface, and anything that's on the door handle and on the inside just comes off. So there's no smell in this. You can't smell it, can you, Rach? Can't smell anything at all, because it is just like you only smell it when you take it out, and then it smells gorgeous.
All I can smell is the smell of something really gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
So there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect naan breads, seconds. What would it cost you for one of them in the end? £4 just for a naan bread?
That.
It's about 80 pence to make that whole lot out of flour. And they need to make the most awesome sandwiches, and then I just shove them in the freezer, put them out for, we do wraps and all sorts out of them.
You
It does the same way.
You cannot explain what the smell of that actually is.
It's
It
just
smells
immense.
amazing.
But we want to cook some on the stone as well as on the cast, because the flavour is entirely different. The texture is different. It changes. So we turn them into pizza by doing it on pizza stone. So what we'll do now is this peel is sized so that I can lift out my metal plate and then put it on a non-combustible surface to cook, because that is red hot. So I will swap it and put it on my hearth and put it stone in. And these are made to fit on there to the right size. Now, because I'm this time going to cook pizza base on there, I want heat underneath and to get that really hot. So I'm moving on my hot red ember underneath, and we put another small log in to keep that one company. I've got plenty of red ember in there. The oven's already hot, so that stone's only going to take 5 minutes or so. But all we're going to do this time is do pizza. So I'll give you that. Of course you can reheat them. So what I do with these is I wrap them up with whatever we haven't used. Red hot. So fire them into the freezer, wrap them up in tin foil, fire them into the freezer with a bit of bacon parchment between them. Pull them out one at a time, and then we'll put chilli or various different things in them. Sometimes what I do is I'll do chilli and cheese or rice and make it like a burrito and wrap it up into a roll and chuck it in the freezer like that, then take it out, defrost it, and Kiddie can put them in the air fryer. And they're absolutely freaking brilliant. Just reheated like that, and it takes 10 minutes in the air fryer, and they are so nice. They're just so nice and so different. So we're heating up the pizza stone now, and I won't tell you the way we make our pizza is. I'll cook this first one just as flatbread to show you the difference how it cooks on cordite compared to how a flatbread cooks on the cast iron plate, because the flavour is really different. Now, I love the flavour of cooking cast iron. I am absolutely obsessed with cast iron, and cast iron is just in my soul. See, fire in my veins and iron in my soul. But it's just so different. It's totally different. But not everybody likes both, because the cast iron flavour is really strong when you cook it in a wood burner, and it's much milder when you cook it. You'd swear you'd added something else. You have not added anything else other than the material that it was cooked on. Compared to the cordite, it's much milder. It's like most people would think of wood-fired pizza. But the cast iron is totally different. It's just totally different. So we're just nuking up some cheese to do a pizza. But meantime, we should have enough heat in that stone to do flatbread. And then we'll do a pizza. And then we'll do a steak. And then we'll do some chicken. So it's all good fun tonight. So we have a flatbread. Get the worst of the flour, or a pizza, whichever you wish it to be. Actually, I like to make the pizzas a wee bit bigger and a wee bit thicker. Then I'm not dropping that on the floor, I'm chucking it back in the bowl, because I put the bowl on the floor. I know you wouldn't normally put a bowl on the floor when you're cooking, but it is an industrial unit. I don't care. Right. So you will see that when I'm cooking on this, I want plenty of heat under that stone. It's the total opposite of what I want when I want cast iron. And it won't take long, because that's going nice and hot. It's starting to puff up. I don't know if you can see it, or you want to. Can you see the bubbles coming up on it there?
Yeah.
So you can see the bubbles all starting to come up.
Right in.
That's Laura coming. She's going to come in a minute. She's very Essex, is Laura. You'll know when Laura's here. She'll just fly out when she comes in the door. Right, so that's puffing up nicely. We're getting nice big bubbles coming up there, and it puffs up. Now we usually have to flatten it, because it's going to end up like a puff of fish by the time this goes. So we'll flip her now. We'll flip that. Now you see it's a much paler colour. But that's already crispy up, like what you'd have your base on your pizza. But this is a totally different flavour. So it takes about 40 seconds, something like that, if that, on each side. And she's puffing up fairly nicely. It's open. Laura won't know. Right. So that's that one done. And as you see, it's a different colour. Totally different colour compared to when we do these ones on cast iron. And it's exactly the same dough, but entirely different. And there'll be a completely different flavour. So we'll put that one in our pile. We'll do a pizza. Do we do that?
I recognise you from somewhere, don't I? I don't know, you look familiar.
So if you have too much flour in the base, this is what happens. It burns onto the base and you get dust. But to clean a pizza stone, you just flip it.
Oh, that's what you want, a country man.
So you just flip it at the other side to clean. Anyway, I'm trying to do too much at once. Right, okay. Flip her back on. Pizza in there.
Honestly, the size, I mean, I just had my birthday done and I got all the...
Nice man, if you think I'll get a girl round. No, I knew that electric car was coming down the bloody
I thought
it's
it
right, my bloody cat's mad.
The cats will be chasing the cats with it. It'll be
Bloody kids, there's me making ice cream. And him playing with an electric car, and I'm thinking, this ain't normal in this house.
Isn't it normal?
Yeah, always been just me and him.
Well, I've got a 16-year-old daughter and that's quite a similar sort of thing. And I'm like, will you get your bloody ass out of bed, please? And will you do this and do that?
The mine's really not
honestly.
Right. He's really not right now.
I was going to the chiropractor. I was going to the chiropractors, and I phoned Rachel and said, "Why don't you come and we'll just have a cook-a-thon?" Oh, you brought your oil. I've got oil here. Anyway. You brought all your smoky stuff.
It's not eaten, my love. The salt got eaten, but this didn't, and I'm not just going to leave it sitting there.
That is Rachel's favourite. She'll sell her soul for that.
Thank you very much.
She's your new best friend,
My
Laura.
child ate literally that in 3 on 6
That is
days.
amazing.
That's smoked salt,
Don't,
yeah.
don't you like this? I do.
Nearly finished it. I'm not. What I'm eating at the moment is ice cream.
Why?
I've got an ice cream maker. You know, have you got an ice cream maker? No. And then the other day, by magic, I got a Ninja. Which I think a Ninja is quite good for
Said
me.
it came up in my
£100, brand new, in Attleborough, Monday. So I thought, oh, I'm going to go and get it. And I made it. And I suppose if it was a gift, you don't need dairy because they sell dairy ice cream. And they said, no, we got the deluxe. They said, we are a bit tired today. We were at Silverstone yesterday. I literally was standing by the grass. I literally went down on my knees and went, please can we talk about it? Please can we talk about it? And it was like, if you were going to go to any race in the next 10 years,
the best one to go to.
that was the one.
Yeah, because Lewis
And meantime, the
Hamilton-
pizza's cooking.
Oh, it was lovely. I was
And it really doesn't take too long.
I couldn't sleep.
There we go.
But you know what happened, right? You know, just as Hamilton and Russell had their little doorbell went, my mum, who does me fish pond, stood there with his little girl. I went, hello, it's Sunday. What are you doing here? You don't usually turn up in the week. Go away. Fish, look at the fish. But go away. Look at the bowls. And I said, I'm going on a Sunday, Ashley. And so I got rid of them. In a way, it was good because you know when you spend the whole time going, do I want to watch it? Don't I want to watch it? But my boy Norris, he wasn't brightest and no, they messed up. They've got to learn. They've got to decide if
Give
they're
it a
winning.
quick turn.
Are they going to stay in the body? These are decisions they've got to make. Why didn't they say to
I'm
me?
trying to do this with one hand and I think
But I'm glad for this one.
Yeah, because I think he needed to.
He
didn't
needed
another
to
15
because the world
seconds.
was doubting him. And with that move to
And another small
Ferrari,
mug.
he needed, just like Norris
Emptying my
needed.
fire.
But I decided I don't mind Verstappen, the baddie, on the second row. If he's competing, I like having him there. One lap ahead going, oh, did Sansa just, oh, what happened to Alonso? Just watching, that is not this seat, bloody hell.
That's looking not bad, is it?
Oh, it smells nice.
Does, doesn't it?
Really strong, isn't it? It's lovely, and it's
But
so
it's
much
fast.
nicer. even if you went to a pizza restaurant, that is so much nicer.
But the thing
taste
is,
of
you
it.
can do it. I can do it in my own kitchen. That's what I want to
I've got a
do,
round
and it doesn't
fire.
smell.
Oh,
And I'm not having to do it outside, and it's rubbish weather out there.
What's the meat you've got on it?
That's just chorizo, whatever the hell you call it. There's out of a packet out of Lidl.
But that tastes really nice,
Sarah
doesn't it?
Jane,
Because
can
it's
you
really
eat a piece,
salty.
please?
I will in a minute. And that's just arrabbiata sauce. I don't even bother making a pizza sauce. We've got another one coming. We've got flatbreads down there. I've got steaks. I've got chicken. Just rotate it once or twice. You can see it's already crisping up.
Can you please see if you can do
plenty.
something with original pudding?
What flavour is that then?
We'll get creative.
And I swear she looks 20 years younger than she did when she left. I've got a picture of this bloody 6-year-old. Anyway, before I left, look, Mummy
There
brought
we
her
go.
baby deer up.
Oh my god!
Look, Mummy brought her baby deer
Aww.
up. That's lovely.
Oh, how sweet
They
is
live with
that?
me. I've got a big family of them down in the meadow.
Are they quite cute?
And I did it with Greek yogurt and sugar.
Bunch of nutters in here. Right,
You know,
okay.
that one. And what else did I do? Just a couple of strawberries.
Pizza as fast as you can eat them. Just
I know,
two.
I've done
You'll have some steak in a minute, even if it's just some little bits.
custard, topped up with double cream.
Da,
And
da,
then
da, da.
when I'm melting, not melting. I've got rum sitting with
Not
raisins
easy doing it
in,
one hand.
and then you mix it
Oh,
in.
nice. That would be nice. That would be really nice.
You wouldn't think these two had never met before. They're talking like they've known each other for 100 years.
I'm in my element here. I've got
all right.
fire. I've got heat.
We've got food.
Food and
Oh
great
my
company.
god! Oh
good
my
fun.
god! Why can't I be you?
You are tonight. We're all here.
And my sister used to win trophy after trophy.
Well, we're
And
as
with
mad as a box of
pens,
frogs.
I'd have to go up
Right,
with me for
okay.
16.
Right, we'll have the stone out now. We're back to the grill. And then we do a steak on the grill.
Sure.
So we're going to get the steak out.
She's lovely.
Well, these two, Maple. These are the ones I defrosted earlier. Excuse the mess, but it's all I can do with one hand. Well, these two,
So sad.
Maple.
I mean, it's not sad because she's so. You can see through it.
I bet.
I swear they haven't. They're just mad.
And they said we're going to get you.
Anyway, I'm going to put the steak in the burner now. So I've defrosted these, and it is literally just a bit bad. And we're going in the burner. I'm trying to open the door with the same hand out of the door. And then my steak is going straight to the grill. Yeah, we're cooking meat now. The steak is in.
Yeah, they did. It was
Decent amount of hot red pepper underneath. Good bit of fire. You would never barbecue with that much fire. And straight on the grill. And this takes about 40 seconds on either side. You can see how fast that is cooking because it is changing colour on the top at the same time. And I like this cooked to about medium. Rachel says she likes hers cremated, but I'm going to try and change her mind. I have no idea what Laura likes. She might even be vegetarian for all I know, but we're about to find out. And there we go. Look at that.
School friend, because she wants to do law, so I went and we sat at the back in the magistrates and the Crown Court.
So let the heat in there at the same time.
Because of the way they worded the charges,
We want the edges going nice and dark and caramelised. So it won't take much longer. It literally only takes about 40 or 50 seconds either side. And that is just the smoke in there, not off the steak. You see them on the grill. It's just a little bit of moisture. But you can see my glass is beautifully clean. There is nothing nasty going on in there. And this will be beautiful. Just
But
beautiful.
they'd all agreed and ticked not guilty
There you go.
of
How about
murder
that?
and manslaughter.
So that's straight out the fire. And we're just putting a sprinkle of salt on it. And it's just Maldon sea salt. Oops. And then cut that through. And this is just beautifully tender. That's Maldon you've got there that's smoked with herbs in it. This is just steak. And it's gorgeous and tender. And it's as tender as a fillet when you get a good ribeye and you cook it right.
Are you doing little videos then?
Yeah, Rach is videoing it for me just now.
Sorry, I was shut up.
It's alright, you've rambled through all the rest of them.
The
It's no
smell is
difference.
amazing.
Right, okay. You two, wire into that. Right.
The smell is amazing.
I should have bought my
Have a go
hats.
at that and you tell me that's like no barbecue stuff you've ever eaten. It's a totally different flavour.
Oh my god.
There's no explaining it unless you've had steak in here. What it tastes like, the steak out of wood burner is just so tender and a totally different flavour.
Flavour's amazing.
You
It
can't describe it.
doesn't actually taste like steak, does it?
No, because I don't like steak.
It's really tender, and it's really full of
Flavour.
It's juicy though.
Because it's the Maillard reaction, it's intense caramelisation, and I didn't rest it.
It to make it so that you don't have the blood, you have to cook it so much on a griddle. Put loads of garlic butter, but then it's tough.
That is not
It's
tough.
succulent, but cooked
This is
properly.
amazing. Honestly, it tastes the flavour of it is really.
It's
lovely.
absurd, isn't it? It's just
have you
not
put anything on that, Sarah
salt.
Jane?
Straight out the
salt.
packet,
Just
there's
salt.
just salt. There's just
So
salt.
no oil.
No oil, no nothing. Straight out the packet. There's the other steak there that came out that packet.
What type of steak have you used?
Ribeye. Always ribeye. I always use ribeye. And I'm trying to do this with one hand, so it's not easy. Right, okay, where did I put that fork? Right, so here we go again. One ribeye, nothing on it. Stove door open.
You want to see me this afternoon, Sarah?
There you go. Hot, hot, hot. And about 45 seconds on each side, that's all.
No, I am.
And then you get that, and it's just a totally different
Really
flavour.
nice.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Really
So I can't just be a hot cook.
Why are we covered in that's white?
It's
Flour, because I've got the flour for doing the flatbreads.
It's really nice, really tasty. I prefer the second one.
This one,
Yeah.
that's the one that's cooked on the cast iron. It's a completely
It's got
different
more. It's
flavour.
got more flavour to it.
It's a lot more earthy. You get
Yeah.
the flavour of the iron. It's a lot deeper. It's a lot deeper than the one that's just a flatbread that's cooked on the cordierite. You wouldn't know. It's exactly the same. I've done nothing else to it.
Yeah, but what you cooked
It's
it on is
just
different.
what was cooked it on. So you've got the difference between the one that was cooked on the cordierite to the one that was cooked on the iron. And they come out totally different, and they're a totally different flavour. Should I do this again?
On September the 19th.
Oh, okay.
Because you can see how this just cuts. Now, when can you normally cut a steak like that? I mean, it's just so soft. It's just so soft. The texture is just so different. Look how juicy it is. And it's just pink, but not bloody, as you say. I like it rare, but I know you guys don't.
What do you mean? Uh-oh, there's a problem.
So I've done a video of this before. This is just to chicken. No, it's not nothing. It's just straight on the grill. So what we've got in here is a marinated tandoori chicken that I've marinated in yogurt and tandoori spices and some extra chili powder to make it extra hot.
Are you
And it
factory
goes straight
Wi-Fi?
in the grill.
Is that
Yeah,
you?
no, Netgear 60
Netgear
is our
68. Right, what's your
Wi-Fi.
password?
So chicken tikka in there, turn it once or twice. If you don't think it's done enough because your fire's too hot, just put it in a casserole dish on top with a bit of tin foil on and give it a couple of extra minutes. But I never normally need to do that because when you've got chicken thighs that have been marinated and with lemon juice and yogurt and things in it, kind of almost partially cooks it anyway. And I marinated these 24 hours before. This does kind of makes your grill up a bit, but it burns off later and it gives us a nice cherry bit.
See, that's like how people supposed to do.
Well, see, that's it. And then by the time you have that with an naan bread, it's just lush. Now, I've not even got a table in here as such. We're just sitting on a sofa.
But you're standing because
Little bench.
Get up now, that does look really good.
But that would be good when it's done. So I'll turn it a couple of times and it'll be lush.
That's what they call a new winger, and you hear all the cases and you decide what the fate
Did
is.
you watch that telly programme? I got
Chicken's
bored.
coming on nice
When
now.
two juries.
Chicken takes quite a bit longer than steak because you want to make sure that
Now, what I
it's
didn't understand was in America they're not
It's dead easy to do. You can see you've got lots of nice flat cherry bits.
but then flat them all the way through.
Hot. I should really use my pigtail turner.
It wasn't a real case, so it was dramatised.
So I've got a good
Then
amount of
that
embers
usually happens.
underneath and my fire's burning to the side, so when this burns down then I move it through
Then they
underneath.
wanted to have.
I can get 4 chicken thighs on there usually at a time. 4's plenty. There you go, it should be ready. And I bet you this is all done through because I'm used to doing it.
This isn't just shoving this thing in.
It is just shoving thing in the fire, and I'm only trying to do it with one hand. Well, you kind of learn the temperature as you go because you just get used to doing it. I'll put some more in there, but we'll give that a cut. Wait, do you want to have a video of this?
Yeah.
It's already on, so you can zoom in. Get a little bit out because they'll be good. Because I like the black cherry bits, but that's just the yogurty bits burnt off anyway. So yeah, it's hot. But see, that's perfectly cooked through. And yes, I do use some red food dye because I think it looks good. And in Scotland, that's what they do. But that chicken is completely, thoroughly cooked through. And because there's already salt in the marinade, you don't need to add any more salt. You do get a slight pink tinge to it because you're also smoking it because of the heat in the fire. It's so hot. So you will, but if you check the temperature, it is fully cooked through. There is no raw chicken on my watch. So we'll let the ladies try this.
When I tried to barbecue it before Sarah came, that pink tinge, because obviously Freddie's diabetic, I always think, is that pink or is that
On barbecue,
just
yeah, but
going
smoking
through the
is
meat?
different. Smoking is different.
It's going to be amazing, isn't it? Oh, probably how.
How can you take that? That's kind of hot.
It's like asbestos hot, but it is wonderful.
Oh my God.
It's like something from heaven, stuff out the wood burner.
That is so moist.
You've never had this before, have you? Ever?
No, but I could live off that.
I could too.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Isn't it amazing?
Oh my God.
It's so tender and it's full of flavour. It's got a bit of a kick and
Why
afterkick.
can't they do that in the Indian restaurant?
You see, that's why I want a wood burner back in my kitchen.
Better
It's when you're sharing it with friends, because it's just awesome.
I would eat that every single day.
And I can't wait to get my wood burner back in my
I'd
kitchen.
cook it.
You could eat it with so many things. Just that flat.
Yeah.
Have a bit of flat
So
bread
you
with
could
that.
either put it on a flatbread
No,
or
just have a bit
I
of
would
flatbread
have
with
it
that.
Isn't
in
it
a
awesome?
salad
It's just great fun.
Oh yeah.
or with rice.
Lovely yogurt.
Yeah,
And what's
yeah.
that Greek yogurt with that
Tzatziki,
mint?
is it?
Yeah.
I've got some sour cream and some coriander through there. I can blitz you some of that up. We'll go and do that, will we? Right, okay, so all I've got is some sour cream. And the little gizmo herb choppy thing, which is useless for hard stuff, but brilliant for soft stuff. And just put that in there. And a handful of this in there. And stick your lid on. I'm not doing a very good job in here. I'm trying to do it too quick and we're not enough tools and no table. Can't be a first. I'm sure we all have those like that at home. And then you get it and it chops it up. Great gadget.
What a brilliant
But when you've got half of it
because the
jammed in the
electric
top.
ones are terrible.
They are,
You've
but
got
why
to
do you
get them
want
out,
them
build them, press the button, everything's stuck.
But she could do with breaking it down a wee bit to start with, then I chucked loads in there, so I'm just sorting it out because it was all jammed up in the lid because I put too much in.
What's that little gadget called?
I don't know. You just give it a pull. It's just a pull handle. There's no electric. I mean, it's just, I haven't done anything to that. I've put some marinade on it, and that's it. And there you go, fine chopped herbs.
Brilliant.
Right? So you just chuck some of that through the sour cream, chuck it in your flatbread. You drizzle of that oil, that smoked oil that Rachel's got down there. And as long as you like coriander, and I could live on coriander, that in a flatbread with your chicken tikka is how you roll. Right. Drizzle of your oil. We don't need any salt because there's already salt in the marinade on the chicken, so it's already salted. Where's the bit that flatbread, Laura? Decimated flatbreads.
You can tell he likes that bread, can't you? That's why my
No,
arse
because
is
I'm
the
going to
size
do you
of
some of
it.
this. So you slobber on some of that, and then chuck on a couple of bits of chicken. Now try that. That'll take it to another level again.
You've just got to hold the camera.
Yeah.
Little one.
But we're
just
all
hold the
only having
camera.
lots of little ones.
I can't really believe that I've got this food. It's the sort of stuff I'll be up all night just dreaming about it, you know, like just dreaming.
These are obviously tiny bits. We do whole wraps, but we're only
Right, let
having
me hold the camera.
smidgens
You
tonight.
wait, you wait till you put that in your mouth.
This looks
Oh,
amazing.
this is such a good fun though, but it's so funny.
Oh my god, that's so fresh. That's so nice.
It's
with
so
coriander.
clean, isn't it?
It's like the freshest that you could possibly.
It just
It's
needs
zingy.
the coriander and a bit of sour cream just changes it. And there's nothing to that.
Completely lifts
For
it.
me, it's all flavour. It's not about the content.
Well, it's
about
made me
basic-
speechless, so something's happened.
Oh my God, that is so
Basic
nice.
and flavour.
You don't even want to talk, do you? It's like,
Oh my god, live off that every single day. If I had that every single day, I'd really die happy. That is so nice. Seriously.
We need to have another work cooking day soon. I don't know
That
short
is
cooking day.
just so. You have some. Have
I
some.
will. We'll have some in a minute. Turn over what's in the wood burner
Don't
first.
forget the chicken in there.
No, I know I'm going to turn over the chicken. It's already in the burner when I see what I'm doing here. But it really is that. It really makes it hot. And I love coriander. And I want this black, but it's cooking through plenty. It's hot. I'll get the pigtail. The pigtail flicker. The problem is I'm left-handed, so it's not the easiest thing to use. I need the flick is the wrong way.
That is really lovely. I'm coming back with a cat.
A cat? Why? Well, your cat, yeah.
That's amazing, honestly.
oh my God.
He's good, isn't it?
I've never had anything